In just those scenes, we learned that physical abilities don't mean anything without cursed energy.
Bro.
We were introduced to Jujutsu sorcery, got introduced to another main character.
This man lit.
a
This man video
antagonist,
lit.
and was
Alright, so you've seen my review or my recaps on Jujutsu Kaisen. Hopefully you've seen all 24 episodes. Maybe you just seen one or whatever. Maybe you didn't see any of it at all. But now let's check on and react to other people's Jujutsu Kaisen reviews. I want to see if they have the same ideas as me. I want to see whoever has similar viewpoints and whatever. Actually, let's try out. Let's look at this guy's first.
Damaged by other sorcerers. And then there's Fushiguro, who used
Wait, Fushiguro? I thought it was Fushiguro. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Wait, hopefully I wasn't the one saying it wrong.
to attack
Okay.
people. And as far as the character development goes, which for me is a very important aspect of storytelling, and something I usually look for in anime, book, comic, movie, whatever it happens to be that I'm watching or reading, I feel like the development here is alright, but definitely could have been better. Compared to some other stories, I don't really care as much about the characters by the end of Season 1 here as I do there. Like one of its primary...
True. I mentioned that. I don't really care as much about the character except for Maki. And like, Fushiguro is cool. Yuji is cool. Yeah, they're cool characters, but like, I don't really have any emotional attachment to them. Or investment.
Where I care more about Yusuke by the end of episode 1 than I do about many other protagonists in other anime than I do by the end of season 1. And that's not in any way to say that the character development here is bad, because it's actually pretty good, since I do care a little bit about them by the time the season comes to an end. But I think one of the reasons for this is probably due to the fact that the characters are split up a little bit too often in this story. Whereas in a lot of other anime, the main group of characters will stay together through thick and thin, in season 1 here it tends to get split up a lot, where everyone thinks that Itadori is dead, and as a result he's separated from his main friend group for a long period of time, as he's training his power and
Okay, I see what he's talking about, them being split up. Yeah, I like that they did that, but I think, yeah, they probably should have done that after the characters form more of a bond, because it's only, what was it, like, they only had like 3 episodes together, and then he split up. Like, yeah, they probably should have had more scenes together before they split up, you know, so that you'll actually feel the loss of Yuji, because you ain't gonna really feel it as much in 2 to 3 episodes, and so yeah,
make a surprise entrance. But then
That's
again, the little
point.
mini tournament arc that we get in the second half of the season, where Itadori is spending most of his time with Todo. Important for me when it comes to finding an anime that I really enjoy is how well directed it is. How do they use their shots? What kind of color palette are they implementing in their animation? And again, there's a lot of parallels here in terms of its overall visual direction with other series like Yu Yu Hakusho, which instantly makes
like Jujutsu Kaisen made every episode look like a final episode type of animation. And this man keep mentioning
makes me like this a
Yu Yu
lot more than
Hakusho
a
in
series
this.
that's like flatly
That's
directed, where it's always sunny out, or you know.
I guess that's the best comparison. I thought it was gonna
really
be Naruto,
varying in different color palettes or just going in a more stylistic direction that I like. The tone here is really well established, usually being pretty dark, although definitely having moments of levity and comedy throughout, which usually work pretty well, even when we see the powerful villains hanging out in the post-credit sequences, and playing volleyball or whatever else they're doing at the time. And a lot of the fight scenes we see are really awesomely done. So overall, Jujutsu Kaisen for me is definitely a great first season to a series, and one of the best first seasons I've seen in a very long time.
Facts. Very long time, yeah. Yeah, I guess since 2020 anime was It was cool. It was alright. It
Its
wasn't.
world, power
Yeah.
system, and its
Yeah, no, wow.
characters in a very strong way, and creating a very strong foundation to build upon with future seasons. I wasn't sure what to make of this when the series first started, but by the end, I'm definitely hooked on the franchise, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the story play out in anime form. Maybe I'll even check out the manga. I guess we'll have to see. So have you guys seen Jujutsu Kaisen, and if so, what did you think about it?
Okay. He likes it. Likes it a lot. He mentions a lot about Yu Yu Hakusho. Which is an anime I need to watch but haven't yet. Alright, next one. Oh, let's check out this.
There are so many action
Get
anime
me outta
that
here.
get produced nowadays that get lost in time, ending up getting no new season.
Okay. Like the
Action anime
Like
that
this.
get produced now. It's a masterclass in how your first season should go.
Okay, this
Every
music
aspect
is
of the
lit.
show
Hold on.
synchronizes so wonderfully with each other, creating something that no Battle Shonen fan should miss out on. It gets so much right that I don't even know where to start. How about the animation? The animation is just so
Let's start with the
crisp. I'm at a
animation,
loss
yeah.
for words. Every single fight scene is just so clean. I don't even want to know how much time and money went into making this show look so good. And while some fights were better animated than others, pretty much every single fight scene made me question my existence as an animator. Itadori has superhuman abilities, but just
facts. And no one
doesn't
could explain
understand
that to me.
anything about curses.
Whatever.
It's because of that Fushiguro is instantly able to one-up Itadori in strength, while at the same time Fushiguro
Wait,
is
Fushiguro?
instantly
What? Fushiguro? Wait, Fushiguro?
doesn't
Fushiguro?
understand
What?
anything about curses. It's because of that Fushiguro is instantly
Fushiguro. So it's not Fushiguro? Fushiguro.
able to one-up
I don't
Itadori
know,
in
man.
strength, while at the same time introducing the audience to Jujutsu sorcery. But still, Fushiguro seems to be outmatched by the curse, until Sukuna. In just those scenes, we learned that physical abilities don't mean anything without cursed energy. We were
Bro.
introduced to Jujutsu sorcery, got introduced to another main
This man lit.
a main
This man video
antagonist,
lit.
And Jujutsu Kaisen has a bunch of what feels like mini stories that only last a few episodes. Episodes 1 through 3 was the intro, 4 through 6
True.
fight against the special grade,
True.
7
Hold
through
on.
13 Junpei, 14 to 21 sister school exchange
Junpei.
fight, and 22 to 24 was, I don't know, the blood guy.
Fushiguro arc. Okay? Fushiguro arc. Fushiguro. That's what I'm calling him. Special grade. I didn't even noticed that it's like mini arcs, really. I ain't really paying attention to that. Yeah, you could say it's a Junpei arc. You know, I'm not gonna lie, they see, like, since it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes, 7 maybe, like Junpei is gonna be quickly a forgotten character. I can already tell. that's tough, man. But yeah, I didn't even know it was like 4 different arcs. I wouldn't call this a school. I'll call this like, yeah, tournament arc, I guess. Whatever. And this is a Fushiguro arc. I don't care what anyone says.
And now, usually I wouldn't like this. Having this many short stories in one season would make the pacing feel extremely off. But because these first 24 episodes acted as an introduction, these mini arcs did an excellent job fleshing out most of the main cast in a way that felt really organic. A lot of the time, anime characters will build friendships within just 10 seconds, making the following episodes feel unnatural. Having a handful of these mini arcs allowed for a lot of the time, anime characters
Hold on.
will build
Shout out to the
friendships
goats
within
of
just
YouTube.
10 seconds, making the following episodes feel unnatural. I also absolutely love the humor. The darker theme of the entire show makes these lighthearted, goofy moments
Humor? Humor is not that crazy. The humor is kinda Like most animes have the same type of humor. Like it's not that crazy.
It's really
You know,
funny. It's a great
yeah.
break from the intense action, making the comedy funnier, but also the action scenes more intense due to sudden shifts in mood. Plus, I think it's hilarious how well some of these scenes are animated. Scenes that have little to nothing to do with the plot are animated so beautifully. Just one of these breakaway scenes has the entire budget of one of the latest seasons of Seven Deadly.
Why you have to do 7 deadly sins like that? You didn't have to do it like that. Come on now, they're in a whole different season right now. Like you don't have to do them like that. You have to remind them about their nightmares, their dark times. Come on.
Jujutsu Kaisen actually writes girls like real characters and not just love interests and characters to be saved by the protagonist. Kugisaki, honestly, for the first 23 episodes, I thought she was weak. She at least had a personality, but it seemed to take so much more effort.
Facts. For the first 23 episodes, I was like, I wasn't really too impressed. Like even when she went against the witchcraft broom girl, I still was like, yeah, that was cool. Like that was pretty cool actually. Never mind. Like yeah, but still, I wasn't fully convinced until the last episode.
For her to
really
do damage than anyone else. In the last episode of the season, when Itadori picked her up and ran away, I was like, dang, really? I can't believe she's just your average
Me
shonen
too.
woman. Until I was absolutely wrong. So many of the
Hold on. Top battle shonen girls. Mikasa, okay. Nico Robin, yeah. Mikasa is like, but yeah, it's a blowout. It's a blowout. It's not even close. Erza's actually, yeah, Erza's overpowered. She's overpowered. Nami. Nami is like, I don't even know. Nami is like, yeah, I guess if you're comparing to most shonen female characters. Yeah, it's crazy how One Piece have 2 in the top 5. Hinata didn't go that crazy. Like, damn, Hinata, what did she do? Like, didn't almost get killed by pain. And like trying to stand up to Neji, and then almost die there too. Hinata, she did do that, like hold hands with Naruto, tail beast palms and stuff. And then there was the movie where she did a little, something, but it was mostly Naruto. But Hinata number 5 over over Akami got killed? Like, what? She was stupid. What? Come on, no. She at least had the final battle and all that. She was fighting the whole. She was like the strongest one, or the second strongest at least. Like, come on. And then the whole series, like, what? No. I don't really know much about this anime. I know the anime, I just haven't watched it yet. Seeing how Nezuko just rise up in the ranks so fast is like, yeah, even though she's in the box a lot of the time, she does her thing. She comes in the clutch and saves our boy like so many times. Like, yeah, she saves him. So especially in episode 19, that moment wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her waking up and using her blood technique. So Lucy is like, yeah, she did have that moment in like in that demon arc where she like break celestial keys and stuff, and she calling the celestial king and saved like everybody, and then to continue the arc and everything. So yeah, she has her moments. So, and I haven't watched Bleach, so if it was me, I probably would put, yeah, this is accurate. I probably put Urza over Nico Robin, if I'm being honest. I probably put Akami like third. I'll probably put her third or fourth, one of the two. And then I'll probably then put Robin and Nami, and then I'll put Nezuko, and then Lucy, and then Hinata. I think Lucy did more than Hinata. I don't know what they talking about. And then I don't know what these two characters did, so...
The other battle shonen girls. They either have one line, are completely useless, or just get a small power-up from genetic...
One line. Nah, that might be accurate. That might be... She does. I feel like she's gonna do more in the next season, but that's our only line. Yo, that's that's like half true. It's like half true.
Or friendship or whatever. Here's Sakura's best feat in part 1. She cuts her hair and then proceeds to do virtually
that's her best
nothing.
feat.
Versus...
Yeah, that's her
She really
best
takes
feat.
her power into her own hands, and it's a real breath of fresh air. Kind of like real life. Good character. And lastly, Mai and Maki are a great dynamic. Mai was introduced as a bitch, acting all high and mighty towards everyone around her, but it's later revealed that it's all a cover-up in order
to like female character ranking comparisons and stuff like that.
Shelter her own pain. And Maki, she's just great. She can't use curse energy, can't see curses without special glasses, but decides to become a
badass
sorcerer anyways, just to shove it in her parents' face. What I love about her and so many of the other characters in this show is how everyone feels real within the show. Most of them aren't joining out of the goodness of their heart. Nanami just needs a job, Maki wants to prove a point, Kugisaki straight up says that she doesn't even care about people, and Itadori just wants to choose how he dies. Everyone has their own selfish reasons that motivate them. They aren't just risking their lives to be heroes. They have reasons. Oh, almost like real life. But who cares about all of that nerdy stuff? Let's talk about the real shit. The fights. Just absolute adrenaline-fueled hand-to-hand.
Bro, this music is
I'm telling you
crazy,
that
bro.
If you were to watch Jujutsu
I'm bopping my head right now. Like, I can't stop bopping my head.
Kaisen for just the fight scenes, you'd still be satisfied with the show. Every person part of Studio Mappa drinks like 13 Red Bulls in an hour and cranks out 500 hand-drawn frames in like 5 minutes. These guys are crazy. To the fact that these fights aren't meaningless either. Jujutsu Kaisen isn't afraid to kill off its characters, making some fights really feel like a gamble. There's real stakes with each fight. And
they're not afraid to kill off their characters. Junpei died. His mom died. I guess Yuji died and then came back. Who else died? Well, the ones who bullied Junpei got turned to curses died. You know, all those humans that got turned to curses died. But like actual characters, like I think that's it, right? Those are the only deaths. So hey, at least they had some people. They had like Junpei and stuff died. Junpei was down bad in the series.
to make fights even better, some characters simply exude a powerful aura. You see Sukuna or a Gojo get serious, and you can just feel the atmosphere shift. Plus, they have a JoJo's reference. First, the way Junpei's arc ended didn't really make much sense to me. Him dying was fine. It showed the viewer that the show was willing to kill off the main cast if needed, adding tension to every single fight scene, and it was a real eye-opener to Itadori. The main problem I had was it felt like it was skipping around some parts. His mother's death was a bit confusing, and his instantaneous change to emo boy didn't feel very smooth. He was given jelly fish powers, and then he died. Maybe it was just
Yeah. He was. Yeah. He tried to make him look like a badass. Wait. He tried to make him look a
very
badass
smooth.
once
He was given jellyfish powers.
then
And
like
then he
look
died.
badass. And then they
Maybe
just
it was
like
just
get rid
me,
of him
but
right
the
after.
anime felt like they were skipping around some parts, and his whole transformation left me a bit confused. Second, the way they introduced the antagonists didn't make too much sense either. I get that they're curses, but their origins aren't clear, how they formed a group isn't clear, and
Facts, bro. These are the
while I
questions.
understand
that
their
no one be
goal,
asking.
I feel like everyone in the group has different things in mind, and the motivation behind their actions isn't always clear. But these two issues don't bring the show down a whole lot. The positives greatly outweigh the negatives, and the show is amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen a 4.7 out of 5.
4.7 out of 5. Wait, hold on.
Greatness.
Hold on.
I give Jujutsu Kaisen a 4.7 out of
4.7 out of 5. Yeah, pretty accurate. I probably would give it a 4.5. Yeah, if it was out of 5, I'd probably it's at least a 4.
out of
Yeah, I'd give it a
5.
4.5.